Feel free to ignore this if you don't cover stuff. Any thoughts on miners like Riot? Oh yeah, so I had a lot of thoughts. Stykes, I don't know if you're on a CTM chat or not. I posted a lot of research that I did on, here's I'm gonna give you just the real quick answer. I was in to miners, I had with my equity accounts, instead of liquidating, like I didn't want to lose all my advantages I had with TD Ameritrade and Thinkorswim and all the free stuff that you get when you have a history of an account with them. So I kept that account open, and to play Bitcoin, instead of doing GBTC, which is what I should have done, I went to the miners. And I played the miners for a little bit there, and then I did some back testing research, and here's what I found. I'm just going to throw Riot up here on the chart, and this is why I got out of them. At a very small profit, I got out of them and just went all into crypto itself. Here's Riot in orange overlaid on the last cycle. Is this percentage? Yeah, percentage gain. Now you'll see, basically, from the beginning of the cycle to the end of the cycle, Riot was completely decimated in total gains by Bitcoin. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Is that the miners, but look, the miners pump at random times, and it's kind of hard to predict when they're going to pump and when they're going to sell off. But look at this. It peaked right here. Look at the price when Riot peaked, right in this big uptrend. And then Riot went, this is the USD price of Riot, went sideways while Bitcoin went up. And then it did a monster spike randomly right here, while Bitcoin's still going up, and then it spiked again right at the very end. But the main conclusion I had is Bitcoin outgained the miners, so I might as well just be in Bitcoin. Why like people tout the miners as leveraged trades against Bitcoin, but they're losing trades against Bitcoin. They're laggards, and they spike randomly, and then they sell off hard, and so you'll see this really pronounced back here. Yeah, see this, like this spike? Look at this. Riot spiked like it's doing right now, by the way, so be careful. And then as Bitcoin went up, Riot sold off. Bitcoin's going up, Riot's selling off. What's going on here, right? And this is short, short squeezes, right? And it spikes right here, and then Bitcoin goes way up, and Riot's down. Bitcoin's up. So it doesn't track Bitcoin. It's a laggard, and it spikes randomly when you get these short squeeze events. And I don't know if there's any other market forces going on here. But my main takeaway when looking at that again was Riot lagged. It was a loser versus the owning actual Bitcoin. So that's when I realized that, I did my research. I just went, okay, never mind. I sold completely out and rotated all my equities over to crypto. That's the trade right now, right? I do have some equity accounts, but it's a small amount of money left compared to what I've moved over just to straight crypto, because that's a trade. I didn't want to mess around with owning equities that supposedly tracked Bitcoin when they ultimately lost, right? So in total, last market cycle, Riot peaked out at 1,000% gain, whereas Bitcoin peaked out at 3,000% gain. So I just decided I don't want to play them anymore. All right, that was my answer to that. Hope that helped you out. What is Riot looking like right now? I think I had them on my chart, but I took them off my chart because I just don't care anymore. You can say I did some work. $26! Oh my goodness. Whoo. Yeah, I had like a bunch down here. Maybe I should have held. All right, well, no. Anyway, that is a 10x? The 10x. All right. Well, I mean, Bitcoin's what, 4x'd? So that's when I went back into, when I converted all my funds, I bought in, no. What is this, a log chart? What am I looking at here? Remember that dip right here? Yeah, this is when I sold. So the miners, I was in the miners, I played the miners, I sold out of the miners up here, and then I bought back into Bitcoin through here. So I moved that money over. So I guess I would have been up more. Yeah, I'm up 4x right now versus I would have been up 10x. But likely, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this cycle will be different. Maybe Riot will just, go to $400 or something. But likely what's going to happen here is as Bitcoin consolidates, this is going to sell off hard when Bitcoin finally starts to consolidate. And then when Bitcoin makes its next leg up, this is going to ping pong around and lag. Probably what's going to happen. But I don't, who knows? I may be totally wrong.